That means you probably now have a magic 20% equity needed to drop PMI. At the same time, the Federal Reserve announced it plans to hike rates 3 times this year, so it's definitely time to stop twiddling your thumbs. Most homeowners think they'll somehow get a better deal or easier process if they go with their existing lender. Not true. Accurate closing costs are typically $1,000 to $4,000 less than the bank's lender.
degrees. Waukegan, light snow 17. Markets are higher. The Dow up 96 points. The Nasdaq up 45. The S&P 500 up 29. It's 12:20.
Loaning useful information each weekday. The WBBM Noon Business Hour continues.
General Motors reporting record earnings despite supply chain issues and a global semiconductor shortage. We welcome in John McElroy, automotive industry analyst and the host of Autoline.tv, based in Detroit. John, thanks for joining us today. If you lay out the list of woes that GM faced in 2021, you would anticipate a very bad financial showing for the company, and yet it is reporting record earnings. Why the disconnect?
Yeah, isn't that wild? General Motors sold over 500,000 fewer
that looks like a bad day over there.
The year before, and yet its profits went up 57%. It's a stunning number. And the reason, of course, Rob, is that there's so little inventory at dealerships, and it's not just GM. GM's just the first to report, but there's so little inventory that dealers are charging top dollars for these cars. General Motors and other automakers, they don't have to offer discounts, they don't have to have blowout sales, and all that money is dropping to the bottom line, Rob.
And the company is anticipating that semiconductor shortage to ease in 2022, and it's also shifting over to EV production, and it's being kind of conservative about this year because I guess you want to manage expectations and you'd rather surprise than disappoint.
Yeah, you're right, and this is what's going to happen. You know, at the start of 2020, everybody thought things were going to be great in the auto industry. COVID hit. 2021, COVID's pretty much behind us. The chip shortage hit. And now, here we are, 2022, we still got a chip shortage. So who knows what's going to happen.
So GM's guidance for 2022 is kind of reflecting the says the general public, which in a backwards way brings us back to that age-old quote about what's good for what's is good for the country and vice versa.
Yeah, it kind of is, you know, and I'm glad you had the vice versa, because that's the other part of the quote. It's not just what's good for General Motors is good for the country, it's what's good for the country is good for General Motors. And GM actually thinks 2020 is going to be a pretty decent year. They're forecasting that their profits are going to be somewhere in the $13 to $15 billion area. And that's a lot of money in my book.
Yeah, that's not for debate. That is a amount of money. Thanks for joining us, John McElroy, automotive industry analyst and host of Autoline.tv, based in Detroit. Personal Finance Wednesday, getting the entire family interested in investing. It's 12:23.
Have you heard? The United States Mint has struck the Morgan silver dollar for the first time in 100 years. You can own a new Morgan silver dollar with the original iconic design, like the coins used in commerce during the Wild West. Coin experts are calling this an amazing opportunity for anyone that knows the enduring popularity of Morgans. But you must hurry. Only 175,000 legal tender silver dollars were issued with the New Orleans Privy Mark in 99.9% pure silver. These Morgan silver dollars are brand new, bright and shiny, legal tender coins featuring a special O Privy Mark. Just call 1-800-386-7195 and you are guaranteed an uncirculated mint condition Morgan silver dollar with the O Mint Privy Mark. But with limited quantities, you must call now. To learn more, call 1-800-386-7195. If you order now, you will receive a free collector bonus, a $25 value free with every order. Call 1-800-386-7195 now to secure your New Orleans Privy Mark Morgan silver dollars before they are gone. That's 1-800-386-7195.
It's 12:38. Traffic and weather together on the 8, sponsored by Duncan. And here's Trent Erickson.
It's slick and slippery all over. We'll just start with that. So blanket delays everywhere, but a couple real problems here. Northbound Chicago Street and Joliet. Entrance up to eastbound 80 is completely blocked, involving two semis that crashes there. A couple semis ran into each other, and that's blocking the whole ramp. You might want to try Richards. More problems on I-80 to the west of there. We've got Ridge Road. Westbound side is slow past Ridge in Minooka. There's a crash in the right lane. Jackknife semi on the other side of things around Ridge Road. It's heavy approaching. That is in a lane. That might require more lanes soon. Over to the east, 80-94, you've got eastbound. Heavy from 65 to Central. There's a stall blocking that exit ramp. Another stall on the westbound side blocks the exit ramp to Calumet southbound. So there's a lot of snow falling in northwest Indiana, at least more so here than in the Illinois area, but we're still seeing maybe an inch per hour falling in Indiana. So be extra cautious there. Also a stall, the inbound side of the Kennedy Express lanes around Fullerton. That's in a lane as bad as a crash. The Eisenhower earlier crash cleared out of the way right around the Adams, so that's finally out of the way in 45 minutes either way. Between I-90 and downtown, crash on the Stevenson. Approaching Route 83, extra heavy with that crash on the right shoulder now. You do have I-57 vehicle in the ditch working on the inbound side around 119. That's taking out a left lane, and a lot of your speed 21 either way between I-80 and the Dan Ryan. The rollover crash of the Tri-State now, southbound at Russell Road, taking out a right lane. That might require more as well as time goes on. And the Reagan at Winfield westbound, you've got another crash, that also in the left lane, and that causing some extra backups. From the DuckDuckGo for Privacy Traffic Center, next report at 12:48 on News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
AccuWeather forecast for today.